Hey guys, it is your girl Shannon Deneen, and we are back for another week of the Curve. Yes, indeed, y'all. The show tonight is going to be juicy. This show right here, this is going to be the show. But first, I want to introduce all of the amazing hosts at the table because I feel like y'all don't really have an opportunity to know them as well as we know each other. So I want y'all to make sure you get to know the rest of our amazing hosts.
Hey, it's your girl Felicia, owner of Extra Curvy Girl Plus, coming to a city near you. I'm going to provide you a plus size shopping experience that like no other.
That's it.
That's right.
Where can the people find you,
You
Felicia?
can find me on Instagram at extracurvygirl_LL.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Tony G. Campbell, homemaker extraordinaire and business owner. You can find me at Tony, Toni, the letter G, Campbell, at all of my social media networks. It's Twitter, Facebook, and the Instagram.
Yes, the gram.
All right, guys, it's me, Stony Love, from the Stony Love Atlanta Morning Show. And you can find me on the Instagram at Stony Love. What is
The
it?
Stony Love Show.
Yeah.
That's where you can find Stony.
Yeah, it's the Stony Love Show. I'm sorry, guys. I've been out of commission for the last 2 weeks, but yes, and I'm back. So that's me, the Stony Love Show.
And of course, it is your girl Shannon Deneen, and you can find me on all the social medias at Shannon Deneen, Denean. And we want to send a special shout out to Melissa, our girl Melissa Waller. She is feeling very, very under the weather, but we love you, Melissa, and we cannot wait to see you next week. And I am actually sad that you're not here because I know you were super hype about talking about what we're going to talk about tonight. So, ladies, are y'all ready to talk?
Are we
Yes, we are ready.
All right, y'all. So listen. All the things this week are hot topics, but we are going to start with the thing that is on everybody's mind, and you can get all, listen, we have already been around the table talking. We couldn't even hold it. So we are talking about your boy. Stoney's like boyfriend in her head that me and Stoney, like y'all, me and Stoney are gonna be friends at the end of this, but it might look not like that. Like, but I love Stoney. I want y'all to know that. Like, but
I do.
So in case you have been under a rock, behind a tree, you know, you didn't pay your cable bill for the last week, any of those things could have happened, and you would have missed Surviving R. Kelly. Surviving R. Kelly was a docuseries on the Lifetime channel where they talked to the survivors of all of his sexual exploits with babies. Mind you, they talked about all his sexual exploits and also the issues that he and his wife had because she was not a minor. I'll give him that. Him and his wife was not a minor at the time, but all of the things that happened. And so they talked to all of the survivors. And y'all, I was disgusted. Okay? I was heartbroken. I was a number of things. I could not believe all of the details that they they brought out about your boy R. Kelly outside of what we already knew about him, which was what happened with Aaliyah back in 1994. But there have been new developments since Mr. Kelly's escapades, alleged escapades. See how I'm trying to be.
I'm trying to hold it all in.
Allegedly, all of his escapades with underage women, and so we have a myriad of opinions at the table, but I want to know what everyone thought of this docuseries. What y'all think?
Well, I'm going to put it like this. There's 3 sides to every story. R. Kelly's, theirs, and the truth. So far we've only heard 2 sides. So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to that. Now, on the other hand, this is just my opinion. Throughout decades and throughout history, and Aaliyah has said it best, age is nothing but a number. I am not a pedophile. I'm not an advocate for
Pedophilia?
No, at all. Because I have children, and I have a daughter. I have granddaughter. Okay, granddaughters.
Right.
So, but if we're gonna stop the BS, let's start within our home, and let's get mad with our uncles. Let's get mad with the deacon folks. Let's get mad with the church man. Let's get mad with the mailman. All of them, because this stuff has been going on. R. Kelly didn't just wake up and was like, "Hey, this is some learned behavior here."
Right, but
So-
why do we have? So my thought process is, and
So your grandmama been keeping quiet about it.
right,
Now everybody want to
and
start
I'm mad
talking.
with her too.
See,
my concept is,
Stoney wasn't here last week when I said we need to stop with the family secrets.
yes,
Because the family secrets is what keeps generations and generations in situations like this.
True.
yes,
Because,
yes.
like you said, the deacon been trying to push up on little Sue baby over there, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And no, he needs to go to jail too.
Like I'm not singling R. Kelly out. Like I feel like let's herd them up and get them in a group, put them on the bus, and take them all to jail.
The jail isn't big enough.
It should, maybe
Well,
under
then
the
you're
jail.
gonna have to start jailing.
Because the
you're gonna have to
judge,
start jailing some of the jailers. And
because the
judges
judge
and
is
the
too.
politicians
Yes,
and
The
all those
judge,
people.
the
You are
politician,
absolutely
they're
right.
all, and then when you get through with that herd of people, then you got the sick people. You have the church folks who sleep with the young boys, the choir boys. So you got that whole hurdle of
I agree
people.
with you, but I'm
So you're just
saying-
gonna have a whole hurdle of sick people and
I
demented people.
don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Right.
I think they all deserve. Let me start there.
So we're gonna be fighting demonic, sexual demons
Yes.
forever.
You're not wrong there, but I don't feel like just because everybody else does it, it means R. Kelly gets off and goes scot-free.
No.
Like I feel like he has to be accountable for his actions, and I've heard so many different opinions on social media about, well, this has been happening forever, and this has been this, that, and the third. And you're absolutely right. It has been happening forever. But just because it's been happening forever doesn't mean that we get to, at this point, turn a blind eye, because when you know better, you do better.
R. Kelly is only doing what he's allowed to do. If I send my daughter over there to R. Kelly because I think she's a star, and I think that she's gonna make it to, and then he's the one that can help her. And I'm like, just like when Reba said fancy, go ahead and sing fancy. And she put her on that pretty dress in the song. And mama was like, hey, go on and do what you got to do, baby. That's what the mama's been doing. But now they want to say, oh, R. Kelly slept with my baby because the check ain't big enough and it ain't got enough zeros.
I don't know if
Don't
it
try
has
to throw
do
the man
with
under
the check.
No,
though.
seriously. They keep trying to throw the man under the bus.
He needs to be under the
No.
bus. He needs to be under a lot other than a bus. Like the bus is the least of
Man,
the
y'all
things.
keep
But
trying to
what
throw that
about-
man under the bus.
What about the people, the women that he's been involved in? What about them? Did they not know what they were?
A lot of
getting
them were
into?
young. A lot of them when he.
Who's
Those
him
people are
over
not
there?
victims. They're not victims.
Oh, Sonny! No! Yes!
Now,
Hold on. No.
wait,
Because
okay.
I've heard this argument as well. And this right here, I cannot. There is, because I've heard,
How
they
are
were
you a
16.
victim? How are you a victim when Aaliyah was the victim?
Aaliyah was a victim. If you look at the.
So if she was a victim, how are you going to be the victim? Why would you walk into that same situation?
Because some of these people
now
didn't know the
you
Aaliyah
knew.
situation. Not at
Not you.
16 you did. I know, I'm understanding. But what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying
knew because
is
you knew the
young
song
girls-
Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. You
No,
knew that R. Kelly was
young
the hit maker of
girls
that.
who were during that same time did
Oh,
know.
they knew.
If you saw.
And their mama knew.
No. And here's the thing, you're not wrong about the parents. I absolutely believe 1,000% that their parents have responsibility for that. But you cannot take onus.
pimping them out.
You're absolutely right, but you cannot take onus off of the predator just because prey is available. That's not how law works. That's not how criminals. That you can't say if somebody comes to your car and you've walked into the store and left your door unlocked. Okay, let's just say you leave your door unlocked and you leave your stuff inside your car. After they've stolen everything in your car, you can't say, well, I guess I don't call the police because I just left my car unlocked and I guess, my stuff just gone and I'm not going to do nothing about it. No, you call the police and you say,
Why?
hey, listen, I saw it, especially if you see them Hey, the
But
dope
why?
boy and all his friends over there with my stuff.
I
go
left
get
my
'em.
car door unlocked.
Stony.
I left the car door unlocked.
Stony.
In
Yo,
zone 3.
that is ridiculous.
I rode in zone 3 and left my car door unlocked.
You were
and I'm going to call the cops?
Yes.
And the cops going to be like, seriously, lady? You in zone 3?
Especially if you see them with your stuff. You gonna be like,
I'm in zone 3 over in Mechanicsville.
Yes.
And I noticed the
and
rough
you
side
see
of the mountain.
old boy over there with your phone and your stuff and your purse that you paid your money for. Not only am I gonna call the police, I'm gonna let them have something to come get us all for. When I see them with my stuff on the other side of the road.
The only victim here is Aaliyah. The rest of the people are.
I'll say this.
No.
I am never going to stop being a fan of R. Kelly, the artist. Love his music, love his work. He's a musical genius. I will say that. I feel sorry for the young girls because I heard a lot of stories, and I mean, I don't know.
I don't care to hear the stories.
How true they are, but honestly, I heard a lot of stories from some of the people in his camp saying how they went to get young girls from these schools.
They are predators.
Those girls are the girls that I feel sorry for because they're lost. You know,
They are
I feel sorry
predators.
for those girls, but these grown women. These past couple of relationships or so-called relationships, and the family that sent their daughter over there
Now that
to
girl-
go get famous, I don't feel sorry for them. I will never feel sorry for them. I'm sorry, but these young 13, 14, 15-year-old
girls,
children,
yes.
I feel sorry for those kids.
Because that's how predatory behavior works. And I see that because I work with young women who have been trafficked. It's not like they don't come out all of a sudden. The first thing they say is, "Hey, listen, let me go pimp you out to old boy." They start out with, "Hey, you know, are you feeling lonely?" Or they start out it's a
And they
it's
were
a
looking at his
slow-
lifestyle.
So
Exactly.
you
It's
want
a
me to
slow
believe
process.
that this man had to get someone to go get a 14-year-old child and
He
bring.
said he did. His tour manager was on the documentary.
The tour manager said that.
The tour manager
I'm sorry.
said, yes, he did.
But
He
now
said-
R. Kelly said that.
For him to come out and go public with that, I feel like there has to be some kind of truth.
I
in
don't.
that.
I
don't
don't
I
believe
absolutely.
feel
No.
like he needs
You
to
don't
be in
believe
jail.
that?
He should, but the
I-
statute
Because I can
of
get mad with you
limitations
right
is
now
passed.
today because you won't sell me a dress at your shop and be like, you know what? That lady over there, and I'm looking at the camera. This lady right here, y'all, her shop sell size 2 dresses and she don't sell nothing for big girls.
Right.
And I can just come right on camera because I'm mad at you.
And that's true.
You
but I think
Because
there
I'm
has
mad.
to
But
be
it's
some
too
kind of
many
truth
of them.
in-
No,
Exactly.
it's called
Too many.
conspiracy, and I've been a part of a conspiracy, and I know how
get
one
that.
works.
I know.
And I know that people
But the
will
thing-
sit around
the
and they will
thing is,
conspire
the thing
and
is,
they will
it's so
get
sad because, and I love you to death, but it's people like that don't believe that this man would
Right.
do this.
This is
stuff.
why he continues
Why?
doing
That's why he
it.
continues
Why?
doing it.
Why would you need to go get a 13-year-old
Girl,
when you
hold on.
have access to a slew of women
Because
that
that's what
are 19,
pedophiles
18,
do it.
That is what
17-year-old,
every
and then
day.
you got people that are coming in with their phony CDs
That is what pedophiles
and who can't
do.
sing.
He didn't want anybody 19, 20, 21.
Okay,
he
but-
didn't want
but what
those
about the-
girls.
okay,
He
but what-
wanted
girls that
kids.
he
but what about
Because
the-
he nasty.
Okay, hold on. What about the woman like me who gonna bring her 15-year-old in
Something wrong
there?
with her.
Girl, go on in there. You
Yes,
can
I
sing.
think
And who
something's
can't
wrong with her.
sing?
She should.
Why he don't just take her?
But he did, but he is still a pedophile in that state. Listen.
Well,
there
when I
is
see
no-
R. Kelly, I'm gonna slap
there
him
is no
because I just
level.
didn't even want to hear no more of this.
There is no level. There's no amount of fast. I saw this meme on Facebook. There's no amount of fast that a child could be if a man is not attracted to her. Like you got to wanna mess with little girls in order to be with a little girl. If your mama or my mama or anybody's mama takes their 15-year-old to R. Kelly as another adult should say, you know what? No, I don't do 15-year-olds because that's gonna get me sent to jail.
Right.
And something wrong with sleeping with babies. So I'm not gonna do that.
Don't need to be taking her 15-year-old.
Agreed, but you know what? That 15-year-old girl is the innocent party, and those are the people I'm talking
This
about.
story. This is
She
why I
could
did
be.
not watch the movie because I did not want to be. I did not want to be misled. I did not want my mind to be changed about him. I do not like people to conspire against people and to lie on people.
I agree with
Because
that.
it is once you lie on people and get together and conform your lies, why would someone with all of that money want to sit and have sex with little girls?
Because he
No, this man has children of his own.
He is sick.
So he has children.
He's the only man with money that's doing this to young girls?
No. No, it is happening.
And his own
But he
children told his wife, "Mama, tell your story."
Yes.
So you said he's sleeping with his children?
No, I'm saying
okay.
his children
Because
knew
I'm
what
fixing
was
to say,
going
y'all
on.
find me.
No. I'm
Where he
saying his
live?
children know what's
children-
going
the
on and told their
children know
mom
exact-
to go out and go ahead and tell her story. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that having money does not negate you from having a problem and an addiction or an illness. You can have all the
I
money in the
understand
world
that.
and
But when he has
pedophilia is an illness.
access to so many other things.
What does that?
So many other things. You can have pornography. You can have.
People say that about people who rape people too. Like, why would they rape people?
You
when
can
they have-
pretend to rape people. You
No.
can have
No.
role play.
No.
I was about to say, there are pedophiles out. There's even a documentary on whether every man in this world is a pedophile.
Yeah.
I watched. That was a weird documentary, but I watched it. And I learned some things. That's why I don't trust a lot of, situations out there. But I even have people in my own family.
Yes.
Who will mess with the babies. They're grown people.
Yes.
Messing with the babies
still
because I don't know, it's something in them that
And
I
I've
don't
heard-
know,
and
they
I've
see
heard
that
of
Pastors who are powerful and have women throwing it at them left, right, and three ways
And
from
still
Sunday,
will mess with
still
the baby.
sleeping with kids. It's a sickness. It's an illness, and it's
one
nasty.
of the
and
one
they know
of the
better.
young ladies said in her testimony, his mentality is of a 16, 17-year-old person. Like he's not past that person. So he could be 49 right now, but mentally he's 16, 17. But
gross.
that doesn't stop. That still doesn't make it right. He still shouldn't be doing what he's doing.
I
but
agree with
that's
you.
why he's probably attracted to these young girls.
And maybe I shouldn't be so passionate about it
You
because I
should be
don't
passionate.
know
Yes, you should.
all the facts, and I choose not to watch the story. I choose not to know everything because I care about him as an individual, and I am a fan. And I don't know if you've ever gone to one of R. Kelly's concerts.
I have not.
I have. Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to Prince, I'm like, why have I ever gone?
Right.
So, and
that
in his
Beyonce.
concerts, he's very explicit in his demonstration, in his lovemaking, and with
So
his
is Jill Scott, though, like a lot of artists.
right.
are. Yeah,
And he
yeah.
makes sure you feel that what he's saying in his song.
But
So I
you're
can't even
supposed to leave that all on the stage.
Right,
You're
so I
not
can't
supposed
even
to take it
imagine.
back.
Yeah.
But he
Him.
does. But that's like all the people out there where these women come back to the not the locker room, the backstage, and they like, all right, let's get it on.
Let's do it.
You know,
Yep. Let's
Somebody
go.
like, it just
Yeah.
it's a bad,
It's a sickness.
Yeah,
And
it's a bad
Well,
situation.
But here's the other thing I wanted to say. My concern, it's R. Kelly, but it's really not. It's more about this starts a larger conversation about what I think is happening to young women in this country. And I feel like we get so R. Kelly's your fave. Now, if somebody had said this about Beyonce, I might be feeling just like you. Like Beyonce would never, like, but you or Jay-Z or T.I. Like,
Or
if those are
Jay-Z
my
probably
favorite.
would.
Like,
If someone
right,
ever
Jay-Z
said
probably.
that
Now
about
listen,
Prince,
I don't.
still
I'm
Right,
gonna say
right,
this.
but that-
I don't put it past.
I don't put it past
Any man.
anybody.
Right, yeah.
But my
Prince
point
ain't never
is,
did that.
this
He
is a
never did
larger
that. Rest in
conversation
peace,
that
baby.
we as a society need to be having because our black girls, whether R. Kelly did it or not, somebody's out there doing it.
That is true.
And
And it's
this
not
is a
just
larger
the black
conversation.
girls.
It's not
It's
just
not-
black
It's happening
girls.
to
It's
women
black
all
boys,
around.
too. It's black boys.
It's the
it's-
unprotected girls.
Yes.
I will
Right.
say that
Yes.
because JoJo, the young singer.
Oh yeah.
She was like, she thanked God that her mother would not leave her alone with anybody. And I feel like that as if my children were in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
oh, mama will be all up. They'll be like, "Man, we
Oh.
don't need you." No, I'm
Mm-mm.
here. If you don't need me, you don't need my babies.
We
Ain't
don't
no
go
way
nowhere.
Exactly. I don't leave them nowhere.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't shoot.
But I think
not even with my family.
I agree.
I don't.
But we have to. I think the greater issue is that we as a society need to do a better job of protecting our girls, because that is really where
And
the
our
issue
boys.
lies.
And
Our
our
boys.
boys.
But we definitely, I feel like young black women specifically do not, like, it's almost like we're inconvenienced by their pain or inconvenienced by what goes on for them. And I really feel like we have to have a greater capacity to love them and to see their pain and see their hurt and hear their stories and believe them when they speak. And so I just think if we don't get anything else out of this conversation, R. Kelly aside, if we don't get anything better out of this conversation about this topic, we need to get that.
Do you think R. Kelly should go to jail?
Yes. I think he should be under the jail. I think he should get the chair. I think R. Kelly should get the chair. Absolutely think he should get the. I think if you mess with as many girls as R. Kelly has messed with, you as many babies as R. Kelly has messed with, you need the needle.
Well,
You
I
need
don't
the
know if
needle.
I would kill him. I might cut off his penis.
Lorena
Castration
Yes.
is equally a good
wow.
punishment.
Yank
but
out his tongue. I mean,
And
you
here's
know,
the thing.
things that he have used to violate people with.
Here's the thing. I agree with Felicia. R. Kelly is a musical genius.
He
As
is.
a musician, I respect a lot of the work that he has done, and I can separate the same way that I am able to separate
R.
the
Kelly's
work
the devil.
the work that Bill Cosby did from the Bill Cosby the person, the work that Kevin Spacey did from Kevin Spacey the Predator. Because listen, I love House of Cards. It was an excellent show, wonderful, and some of the other stuff he's done. I'm able to separate the art from the person, but what I cannot do is continue to support him his music. Well, let me say this: I stopped listening to R. Kelly a long time ago. That's because after a certain not because of what was going on, but just because his everything started sounding the same at the end. Step in the Name of Love started sounding like everything else. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. I'm just saying. I stopped listening to R. Kelly a long time ago, but at this point, I don't think I could continue to help his lifestyle. Okay, who could help him?
Well, it
mess
doesn't
with
matter.
the babies.
He's said. So I mean,
He said,
and-
you're
and
right,
So
you're
to,
right.
to
He
stop
He said.
supporting or loving the work that he's put in,
Yeah.
I can't do that. But and I can't even agree with, I want to see him go to jail or die or whatever. But I do think he needs help. If what
I can get that.
these young girls are saying is true,
Because
Right.
allegedly.
If-
Because allegedly.
exactly. If
'Cause
if
allegedly.
that stuff is true, he needs help. I mean, for these grown women that subjected themselves to that life,
Different concept.
I'm sorry,
Different
No.
concept.
Yeah.
Whole different
Yeah,
concept.
you said it.
If you go
But
into
yeah,
R. Kelly
yeah.
willingly and you're grown, that's your problem.
That's
But
what-
these
yeah.
babies,
That's another problem.
These babies
Yeah.
I'm concerned
But
about.
And
the
if
thing,
that
though,
happened,
the
I
one
wanna
thing
talk
that
to you,
I
R.
have an
Kelly. We
issue
got
with, and I know it's
2 minutes.
time to go. The one thing that I do have an issue with, and people are not going to agree with this, why do we wait so long to say something?
I
and
can tell you why that is.
Yeah.
Well, I think the waiting so long happens because there's a healing that has to take place first before you can tell your story to somebody else. It is I'll just tell you from my own personal experience. I was sexually assaulted in college. And instead of, there was another young woman, probably about months before I was sexually assaulted. She was sexually assaulted by another football player. And she came out, and when I tell you the death threats, because I went to a
believe
D1
that.
school, so the death threats that she got, she was depressed. She was, just a piranha on campus, and eventually ended up leaving. And for me, I said, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to go through that. I worked hard to get to the University of Georgia. I worked hard to be here. I am going to go to therapy, which is something I did.
That's what I was gonna say.
I went to therapy. I healed, but I never said a word.
And that's why can't, I mean, people, they get their healing all kinds of ways, but go to therapy, talk about it, get it out,
But
move on. Why does
But-
the world?
But you know,
But-
a lot
yeah.
of, especially in color, you know, people with color.
People of
Our-
color.
People of color.
Thank you.
We don't talk about going to therapy
We
and
don't.
things
Well,
like that. And then if my mama's, even, it never happened. If my mama's boyfriend started messing with me, and I told my mama don't believe me, and then she want to yell at me and get on me because I'm pushing up on her man because she
Right.
Yeah.
needing some kind of love that she never got from her daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a generational issue that we need to stop.
So then you'll
We need
wait
to
till
stop.
you're an adult to be able to talk about it, and now you're gonna get on social media or the news or something.
Well,
and
it's
blast
prevalent
on
what
now
I
them.
could-
because social media
Yeah.
gives them
Get
an
mad with R.
outlet.
Kelly.
So here's what I can say. I can say that at the time, I could not tell my story, and I didn't want to tell my
Right.
story. When I finally did get to a place where I could even say it out loud, it was 18 years later.
Wow.
Here's the regret that I have. I know for certain he raped another girl.
Wow.
I know for certain he raped another girl. And I always think about, had I said something and not just thought about me, maybe I could have stopped her from experiencing the same pain. But I was as selfishly, I was trying to heal. I was trying to just get myself back to a place where I could just be okay and not be so angry, because and it comes that grieving process comes out in different ways for different folks. So for me, it came out as anger. I wasn't sad or depressed. I was angry at everybody and everything all the time. And so even just to get to a place where I'm the happy, sunshiny person you see before you today, it took years. And that, I think, is kind of what happens to victims. Is it's like, okay, I can either save some other folks or save myself. And unfortunately, sometimes we pick saving ourselves. So, I didn't mean to take it down that road, but here we are around the table. But I will say this: I pray and I hope that each of the young women who have been a part of this docuseries, I pray to God they get some help, because I feel like they need some. We're going to switch topics real quick because we got some more stuff to talk about, y'all. So, did y'all hear about Christian Keys?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm ready for that.
What happened, Tony? Tell the people what happened.
Well, Christian Keys
Is
an actor.
yes. He played
And
on.
I have no idea.
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you with his
I
fine
have no
self.
idea what he plays on.
Christian Keys played on that show on BET that was about law. It had Gwendolyn. What was the name of that show? Not in the Court of Law. Oh God, I can't remember. But it was a show on BET. It was amazing. He played in a couple of really good
He
movies.
plays on that show on TV. What is it? Oh my God, it's on the tip of my.
Yeah, I can't remember what
Because
the
I
show
watch
is.
it. I
All the
watch the
time.
marathon all the time. But
Yes.
I'm sorry.
He's
Yeah.
fine, and that's really all that matters.
Exactly.
Well, sadly to say, I knew nothing of this man until this issue has happened, and I completely support this man.
Absolutely.
Okay, but you got to tell the people what happened.
What happened is, okay, we get these DM situations going with social media and his Instagram. He was getting DM'd some
Eggplant emojis.
some explicitness from other men, and he politely, and I mean, because I read it all, he politely and respectfully just said, "Can you men stop sending me this stuff because, basically he was being harassed sexually, and people want to call him homophobic just because he's asking people not to sexually harass him."
He says respect his truth.
Exactly.
That's what he said.
Respect his truth. It's like, is everyone who just says, okay, I prefer men. So does that make me homophobic because I didn't say, oh, I'm into women? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can be into women, but allow me to be into men. You know what I'm saying? And he's into women. He does not want you to be sexually aggressive toward him, as a man. He's asking nicely.
So here's the so I actually talked to I actually had the conversation before we got to the table with a bunch of my friends, and there are many views, honey, on the table about this. One, there are people who are like, "Yep, you mean," because if this had been a woman who was like, "Stay out my DMs
Exactly.
with your, your extra and all that, and your butchness and your, all of that stuff." If it had been a woman, nobody would have said a word.
Exactly.
But then a couple of my gay friends were like, "Ain't nobody checking for Christian Keys. Christian Key, this is a setup." Like one of my friends was like, "He's trying to make himself more famous. Like this is a publicity stunt." And I was like, "Oh, y'all think so? Or like, is people really?"
I don't believe
Why
that.
is
I
everything
believe.
a conspiracy piece? That's
what he said.
Maybe the man did get some.
I
Can
believe
we
him.
believe people until they lie?
Well, can I say something?
Why in the world would he make this up? Like
I believe
May
it.
I say
still
something?
support him.
Going-
And when I listened to it, when I watched what he said, I fell out laughing because it was funny, and it was funny to me because the world is so sensitive. I looked at the comments. I'm like, homophobic just because he politely requested. It's ridiculous. You can't say anything now because
Exactly.
this group is gonna get mad at you, and if you try to defend yourself, this group is gonna get. I can't stand
I'm
people
going to
that-
say this. When I first started becoming popular on social media, I got a lot of people in my DM.
goes down.
Okay.
In the DM.
And it was men and women.
Yes.
And I even had to post a video, and you can go back through the history and see where I said, if you send me one more personal picture
I'ma
of
cut you.
yourself.
I
I said, I'm going to
block
make
you.
it wallpaper.
Now was that a publicity stunt?
And it was not. Because I wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was just the girl next door.
Uh-huh.
And he's on BT.
He's Christian.
So that it can
So-
possibly happen. And I was just a girl who just posts videos.
I believe
And
it.
So,
I did not start posting videos until last year.
and I don't work out
guarantee
every
you-
day.
Right, exactly. But people pop in your DMs and you don't have to be doing anything but living your life.
No,
Like it's golden.
No, it's not even only
Right.
in the DMs, y'all. I play Word with friends. And I promise you, and I was on my way to New York with my husband sitting next to me in the car, and I'm like, this guy is like, hey, baby, and I'm like, sweetie, this man is trying to pick me up in Words with Friends.
That is hilarious.
And I was like,
never-
I was like, well, tell me what
I'm
he
here
says.
for it.
And
I'm
sitting
here
there
for
going,
it.
And even just last week, I had to tell this man. He was like, "You're so beautiful." I said, "I am a married woman, and we will not continue this conversation."
At all.
So what does that make me?
Yeah.
A manophobic? I don't know. I'm just saying.
It goes down in the DM.
It
It goes
could
down
have
to
been
DMs.
a publicity stunt. It could have
Yes,
been
for the curve.
press and all of that stuff and whatever. It works. It works because now I'm
did,
really paying
Christian,
attention to you
we're
with your
talking.
fun self.
Yeah.
I still don't know
I
who
see
you
you.
are, baby.
I
but
see you now.
Stop it, people.
They need
I
to
mean,
seriously, though.
it's okay to say if you like someone, but when you get aggressive and you start
True.
making sexual, that blends into that whole Me Too movement.
That does.
You're
not wrong.
If I say no to your advances to me, no means no. It doesn't mean I'm a certain type of person. That means
true.
I'm a person who just don't want that in my life.
You're not wrong.
Exactly.
You're
You
not
know?
wrong. You gotta, some people, and you do have to cut people off at the pass. Like, you gotta stop them up front because
Yes.
they'll keep going and be like, hey, hey, she didn't really, it wasn't a hard stop. It wasn't a hard no.
Exactly.
And
You
they'll
have
keep
to
going.
be, and then if you say, you know what, leave me alone, or you block them. Oh, now she mean, she nasty. Why she gotta act like that? No, I just don't want that in
All
my
of that
life.
in my
I'm
life.
a married woman. I don't need nothing muddy in these waters. I don't
Hey,
need it.
I get
So-
it. But here's the other thing. Here's the other problem that I have with Christian Keys, although he is fine. He knows he's fine.
He does.
He knows he's fine, and he says thirst traps. Have y'all seen? Did
What
y'all
is
go
a
through?
thirst
Did you
trap?
go through the Instagram? Listen,
No, I'm gonna go through right now.
go
Let me
through
see.
his Instagram, and you'll see like every third picture is like him with a shirt off, or like some tight fit gray
But
sweatpants,
maybe
or
I
like
mean, but that's what you do for the
Thirst
gram. That's what
trap.
you do for
Thirst-
the gram.
Listen,
Find a
leave-
woman.
thirsty. He is thirst trapping people, and I feel like when
No, I
Let me
see
see.
the first 5. I see clothes on all.
man,
of
he
him.
took down the naked was it was a whole bunch
He
of
got a
He's
white
not
tee.
that hot to me.
always.
Yeah, he's not that cute to me.
He's
but
not.
I mean,
These
I'm
lies.
I don't know what they looking at.
I mean, he's
I need a poll on.
It's because-
Honey,
I
let
need
me
a
tell
poll
you.
on the comments right now. If you
And
think
I'm
Christian
not
Keys
even.
is fine.
I don't even like light
I don't
skinned
see
men,
no
but
Me
that man
either.
is
No
fun.
naked.
I like the chocolate.
see
These
that.
are lies. He took all the naked pictures down because there's a whole bunch.
So who is this?
Oh gosh, that's not Christian.
That's not him though.
It's
That's
not.
him.
Yes, it is.
Is that him?
Yes, with long hair.
Long
Yes,
time
girl.
ago.
That is
Milli
him.
Vanilli.
No,
Look
he
at-
was cute back then.
Yeah, right, looking
Milli
just like
Vanilli.
Looking
Yeah.
just like Milli Vanilli in
I
that
mean,
picture with
he's
the long
a
hair.
nice looking guy.
Not my type.
You know,
I wouldn't be in his DM.
I'm not falling
But
over.
the man,
I
he
wouldn't
said-
either, but it's men up
because
in there.
I
That's
mean,
what
mainly because I don't know him.
the issue.
I don't be in anybody's DM.
Exactly. I stay out the DMs.
Yes.
Don't mess with DMs, and DMs shouldn't mess with me.
There we
The only
go.
DM I go in is to my niece because I have to scold her.
I hear you. I hear you. So yeah, Christian. Shout out to you.
Live your
and
life. Live your truth.
Live, yeah,
And
live your
respect
truth.
his truth.
Respect
Please
his
respect
truth.
his truth. That
Stay out
man
his
just don't
DMs.
want certain pictures in his memory that he can't get rid of.
And again, it is, it's his right to tell y'all no. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with more of The Curve. Hey guys, we are back with more of The Curve, and we are wrapping up. We had to take a wine break. We had to take a wine break and bring it all back in. So here's the deal. the last story we're going to talk about for the day. Did y'all see the video?
Yes.
So, there is a video on going around social media where a young woman is being attacked by an older white gentleman who has come.
Yasmin James.
Yes, Yasmin James is at her shift working at the good McDonald's. She is minding her own business. And this gentleman asked for a straw, and apparently there are some new rules about getting straws or extra straws or whatnot. She tells him no. He proceeds to reach across the counter and yank up Yasmin, and Yasmin is not the one. She is not you. She is about that life, and what you won't do with Yasmin is reach across the counter. In case you haven't seen the video, play the clip.
John! Wait! Hey. No! Get the police. Get the police. Let her go. Get the police.
Stop fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. Puss ass nigga. Puss ass nigga. Play with it. I'm on that shit. 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 I'm not going home, man. Bitch, I'm on that shit. Stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm calling the police. I'm on that. No. Where my phone at? Man, where my phone at?
And I want her ass fired right now.
No, you're finna go to jail.
Jasmine.
You're finna go to jail.
I didn't call you. I was just asking you a fucking question. Bitch. So you're gonna give me a goddamn refund.
Y'all, Yasmin was not the one.
Not at all.
So what ends up happening that y'all just saw Yasmin begins to use all of her boxing skills and her good abilities, and she tagged him so many times that he was, and then he had the nerve after that to be like, I want her fired. I want her fired right now. And Yasmin was like, you going to jail.
That's right.
Wow.
Because he shouldn't have put his hands on her.
I hollered. This still cracks me up every time I see this. So, question on the table is: has anyone ever taken you out of your element while you were at work so much that you wanted to do that?
Yeah.
But then I pray every day, and I remember I'm here for the check. No.
Come on, check. Come on, money. Yes. Listen. Yasmin said in an interview that she did that she had been taking boxing lessons or boxing classes.
Yes, she did.
And Yasmin was like, and Yasmin is only 20. And yeah, she's young. So I expected Yasmin to act just as she acted.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have done anything differently. What y'all think?
Well,
what would you have done in that situation?
Well, I would have done just as she had done, or even more.
Or even more.
Yeah, I think he kind of got off easy.
Didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Didn't he?
Because if I was the clerk,
Yeah.
he would never want to eat McDonald's again.
I'm mad at the boss. I'm mad at the manager.
Oh, because he got it.
No, because the manager kept trying to assist the man. It was just like her coworker, the dude, the slender black guy was kind of trying to pull her off. Like, okay, Yasmin, come on, sis, come on.
I think they were trying not to get hit. The manager was like, I don't even know what to do at this moment.
He did not know what to do, and he acted like he didn't know what to do, and that was the problem. He didn't protect his employee. He didn't even try to he stopped, the fight stopped, and instead of immediately escorting this man out, he continued to try to be like, okay, sir, what was it that you were looking for? You can't come in my establishment and hit on my employees
because of course you still got to remember though. What do you say? The customer's always right though, right?
And when you right, you're right.
But I probably
not when you put your hands on somebody.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
yeah.
as a manager, that's probably how
Nobody's
he was
gonna watch the
thinking,
show
and it
today.
wasn't. It wasn't. it wasn't like straight to her, like, let me help her out. It was always him putting on his manager hat. The customer's always right.
I am glad that Joker is in jail right now.
So
but
the guy
he's not
went to
even
jail?
in jail for this.
He's not in
What
jail for
is he in jail for?
This is what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Tony.
I'm not going to give his name out because I don't like him. But he robbed a Shell station after
down
that.
the street, like
Down
he left
the
there.
street.
After? Yes.
After he got a butt whipping, he still don't want to know.
He went and robbed
He
a
went
Shell
right on down the
station,
street.
and
What?
the cops came there and recognized him from the McDonald's
Video.
situation and took his butt to jail.
Wow.
So yes.
You know what he was
That's
asking for.
No, but the thing was when the manager actually kind of did eventually escort him out of the building, he kicked another employee on his way out.
Did.
And
Yeah,
I'm
girl.
like,
He kicked
if
a
they
whole
would
nother
have just
person.
let Yasmin continue to whoop his behind,
We could have avoided all that.
Other employee may have not gotten hit. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure he's going to get a light sentence. They're going to find him something wrong with mental health.
Absolutely.
Something homeless and all of this.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get a break, and then he's going to be
Absolutely.
down at the diversion center.
Which is so frustrating to me because if that had been somebody of color, of any color, like any color at all, whatever, right? It would have
probably
been,
would've been dead.
Yeah, it
Right.
would have been a mass.
Simple as that. He would have been dead.
He would have been dead because it wouldn't have been any questions asked.
He would have been shot right
exactly.
away.
It would have been. There would have been like an investigation.
And Jasmine would have went to jail too.
Oh,
And Jasmine
Jasmine
would
been in
have
jail.
absolutely gone.
whatever
to jail.
her name is.
Yeah, she
And
would.
fired. Did she get fired?
No, but she
Oh,
did
no.
not
not get fired.
They're not gonna fire her because she got the lawsuit going.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
so
what's the
that's-
lawsuit
I didn't see the
for?
lawsuit
Yeah,
yet.
because she feels like McDonald's should have some kind of protection for them.
She ain't
and
wrong.
they
Yeah,
don't.
it's no way that
not
you should be.
wrong.
But
getting
wait a
attacked
minute
get
though.
paid.
How
at your
can
job
I don't
like
agree
that.
with that?
You don't. She about to get paid though, and I'm
She
okay with that.
is. She
But right
about-
now,
let me
right
just
now,
tell
you know
you.
what
Jasmine, I'm
She
your
got
auntie
paid.
You already
Stoney.
know what you're signing up for. You're interacting with the public.
But no,
Directly with the public.
no. The public should.
Well, I don't
have
think she should
enough
get a check
common
for that.
sense that
She
you
gonna get a
walk
check, though.
into an
For what?
establishment.
She gonna get a check.
If he went doing
Because
that to any other
it's gonna be
establishment,
cheaper
it's
for the
no way
insurance
you
company
should get away with.
to
We
settle
should
with her
not
than it
give
is for them to go to-
permission for
go to-
people
go
to walk into establishments and act.
Well, she probably get about
stupid,
$10,000.
crazy
She's
like
gonna get more than
that
that.
just because we working
Gonna
with
get
the
that.
public. I mean, I don't feel like that because right now that girl, she is taking
I'm
a
an
leave of
auntie.
absence
And she got a good attorney.
because
She
she
getting
does.
paid.
She doesn't feel comfortable.
Who
she's
is the girl? Is it
paranoid,
Crump?
and she's scared about going to work.
And
got
I don't.
laid.
So I think that's absolutely true. Like she should be scared to go to work, primarily because here's the thing:
Oh, I'll be
if
calling
you,
all
as
kinds
an
of stuff.
employer, it is your responsibility to keep your employees safe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in a neighborhood that has high crime or anything along those lines, like if you are in any way, shape, or form, you have to take some kind of steps to mitigate anything that could possibly happen. And as an employer, it is absolutely your job to make sure that things like that don't occur. So she's going to get paid because there was nothing in place. Like they didn't have a security guard. They didn't have, and if I'm not mistaken, they didn't have the cameras in place properly. Was that it? Because they didn't catch all his face.
No, that was a customer filming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm almost certain they didn't
Well, yeah,
have
she should
security
get paid
cameras.
if their cameras weren't
They
working.
didn't have security cameras in place, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they had security cameras in place. So all of those things are measures that are utilized to keep people safe. And if they're not in place and you in a high crime area and you an employer and you should know and you don't do your job.
And I mean, once upon a time, I worked with the public, and it was no way that I would put up with any of that situation. And as an employer, you are supposed to protect your people. That's like saying, anybody can come up in there and yell at you or spit on you or throw stuff at you just because they, walk into your establishment.
Just 'cause
You
the customer's always
you
right.
should be
Well, I'm just thinking
expecting
about this
craziness
as a-
from customers.
In fast food establishments, I'm just trying to picture a security guard in every Taco Bell and McDonald's. And
But
KFC.
no, but
I'm trying to picture
Well,
it.
think about it.
there
No,
are
there are
millions
other
of
things that they
people
could have
who
done.
go
There
to
are
these
other things
places
they could have
every
done.
day.
So think about it. There are like when you go to the drive-through window, you know those windows that automatically close? Those were put in for just that reason, so that people could not.
So you said
reach
there should be
into-
a big glass.
No, I'm saying that there wasn't anything
Popeyes
like.
does it. Some Popeyes. And
Sure do.
I know in
In
St.
high
Louis,
crime area.
When
I
Why?
used to work at one.
Because it's
They had
a
the
what?
glass and you
Because
gotta
it's a
slide.
high crime area.
I was about to
I guess
say,
you're
in
right.
Philadelphia, it wasn't a high crime area. I was working at a bank. We got robbed, and guess what went up that next week?
Well, that's
Glass.
understandable in a bank.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to. I don't know. Me as a customer,
I don't want to
I'm
get my
not.
chicken through the glass.
I'm not coming to your establishment if I gotta reach underneath the glass to get my.
But then protect your people. Protect
Yeah.
your people. It's no way that girl should have to come to work. And there are millions of people that go to McDonald's every single day, and you don't hear about stupidity like that.
Well, I hope that she uses the money to better herself, educate herself,
Absolutely.
and not give it away, and get out of the fast food industry.
Don't give it to your boyfriend, sweetheart.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
He better be
And-
real needy and clingy. And what I'm gonna tell
Right,
you,
and
is
now
tell
he's
him
in
no.
love, baby.
Oh, he is so
Hey.
in love. Listen, he got dreams and hopes, and he wants you to help him with his
y'all.
mixtape. No,
Yes,
don't help
got
him
that
with his
mixtape
girl.
CD coming out.
Don't do it.
Oh,
She
y'all.
might be single. You leave her alone. She might be single.
She
She
you know
ain't-
what? Yeah, but she not gonna be single soon.
Right.
Too much longer.
But I do
Does she have
have
kids?
a statement
I don't
from
know.
McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what is that, girl?
It was
What do people
reported
say?
by CBS News that McDonald's said its highest priority is the safety of everyone in the restaurant. They also added that we firmly stand with our employees everywhere, including our employees at this restaurant who were involved in this incident.
Well, I still don't eat your food.
I need you to
Well,
protect
yeah,
them now.
I don't eat it, but I'm just saying. Yeah.
I can't. Say
I'm
that.
just trying to figure out.
I'm trying to do better in 2019.
Me too.
But your girl is. I like a quarter pounder with cheese meal.
I used to love it, but
Yeah, but when I seen that it doesn't dissolve,
It doesn't, girl. Did you see that movie? What was that movie? Mick.
McDonald's gonna be
No,
mad.
I found burgers in my husband's truck that my
Yeah.
children have
Yeah.
left there.
And they was
after-
hard?
Yeah.
And the little chicken, the bones and the chicken nuggets and stuff.
no.
Girl, I
There
can't.
were bones in the chicken nuggets.
On that note,
The
not bones,
gristles?
not gristles.
Let's
in the
not.
nuggets.
It's
No,
something
ma'am.
hard.
My babies
Y'all
have
listen.
never complained.
Not gristles in the nuggets. On that
I
note,
need
we're
y'all
going
to
to
start
take
eating
a
that stuff.
commercial break because I cannot with gristles in the. I can't with gristles in the nuggets. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we will be right back with more to serve. Not- We are back, y'all. We're back. Before we leave and get out of here, I just want to give an amazing major shout out to Centoya Brown because yes, if y'all remember, we talked about this show. We talked about this on a previous show where Centoya Brown had been. She was being trafficked, and she murdered one of the in self-defense. She murdered one of the Johns who was about to have sex with her. She said that he was trying to kill her, and so she murdered him. She had served 15 years in prison, and Miss Stoney Love called it and said she was gonna get out, and today she got clemency. Yes, we are so excited.
Yes.
We are happy. We are thrilled. We pray that she has much success, that she continues to be an advocate for young women who are being trafficked and for women in situations that they cannot get out of, and when they find themselves in horrible situations. We hope that you, Centoya, are an advocate for those women. We are so excited that you are out
Yes.
and done with that life. So we're excited for your new start.
Yes, no
That
doubt.
is going to wrap up the curve, ladies. That is going to wrap up the curve. We are so glad you joined us. Thank you so much. Make sure that you follow our page at On the Curve. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, also at On the Curve. And we will see you next week. And as always, continue to live life on the curve. Take care, y'all. See y'all next week.